Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali have come together to support one another. Now, when Niger toppled the president, Mohamed Bazoum, who had been working for the interests of the Europeans and not the interests of the people, Nigeria's president, Tinubu, was very aggravated. So you see all these countries, these are ECOWAS countries, these are West African countries that come together for politics and whatever. The bottom line is they came together wanting to put together an army to go and fight these Africans that have just toppled the president who was a European puppet. They did not like that the new people were in power. For what reason? Very simple. Because if you allow Niger to be free, if you allow the people of Niger to topple the president, we are going to be next, because then they're going to inspire our people and they will want to topple us. And that was the peer pressure reason why these countries came together. Now, the problem is this one. Niger has been battling terrorism for quite some time, and nobody offered to come and help them. But when they topple the president they feel was inadequate in that position, all these countries came together to come and attack them. Where were they when they needed help so they can fight terrorism? Where was the army? They had an army, but when it comes to toppling an African brother, then you can come together. And that was a problem. That's when Niger and Nigeria had a real problem. Okay, that's when they turned each other's back. Now, the problem we have here is this one. Niger is neighboring country to Benin. Here's Benin. Okay, you see Benin? Yes, Benin is very close to Niger. When ECOWAS countries came together against Niger, Benin also closed its border, okay, to Niger. It said, okay, we don't want you to use our border. Why? Why is the border important? Because as you can see, Niger is a country inland. It's not next to the sea. You can see that. Now, the sea is very important. Why is the sea important? The sea is very important for import and export. Let me explain to you. When you want to bring things, let's say coming from China or India, you can do it two ways. Either via airplane or you can do it via sea. Now, via the sea is better because it's cheaper and you can bring more stuff, more containers. The airplane is much more expensive and very complicated. Now, Benin closed its border to Niger. Now, Niger needs Benin's border so it can import food and many other things and infrastructure, whatever. They blocked the border. The goal was, let's block the border so we can asphyxiate the country in a way that the population will be very angry and they will topple these brand new people. But that never worked because those people were behind their government.
Closure of land and air borders between ECOWAS countries and Niger to be lifted. No-fly zone of all commercial flights to and from Niger is to be lifted. Suspension of all commercial and financial transactions between ECOWAS member states and Niger is to be lifted.
Why did Niger chase French? They chased the French because when the new government came into power, toppling Mr. Bazoum, they asked the French ambassador to come and have a discussion. The French ambassador said, no, I'm not coming to talk to you guys because they said, please come. And he said, no, he doesn't eat me here. So they said, okay, we're giving you 48 hours to leave the country. After they gave him 48 hours to leave the country, France then reacted saying, you have no legitimacy to ask him to leave the country. You are not the president.
I believe our policy is the correct one. It's based on the courage of President Bazoum, on the efforts of our diplomats and our ambassador in Niger, who will stay despite pressure from coup leaders. We do not recognize them. We support the president, who's not resigned.
So, oh, really? Is that so? We're going to show you. So the Nigerian people, the civilians came down the street walking. They put pressure on the French government and put pressure on the ambassador to leave the country. Now, Niger used to add 1,000 soldiers from France. Those 1,000 soldiers also under pressure were kicked out of the country. Now, Emmanuel Macron was not happy. He even said, I am ready to come and defend my interest in somebody else's country. I'm ready to come and defend my interest. So he's ready to start war in your country. But at that time, it's the civilians that came in the street.
J'ai décidé d'importantes reconfigurations et me suis exprimé à ce sujet en février dernier. Le putsch de cet été au Niger en confirme d'ailleurs la nécessité. Et nous continuerons là-bas de protéger nos intérêts, mais nos armées seront moins présentes en permanence, moins posées aussi moins exposés.
You know, it's very easy to start a fight against the soldiers and the military. Say, oh, we were under threat, that's why we shot. But you can't shoot civilians because everybody's watching. That is how they kicked out the French out of the country. However, Niger has been accusing Benin of harboring and keeping French soldiers with the goal of destabilizing the country. That's why the relationship between Benin and Niger is not good at all. And up until now, after Benin said, okay, we are ready to open the border, Niger said, nope, we are not opening the border with you. You were very happy when ECOWAS said, let's close the border so we can die of anger. That's fine. Let's just stay that way. We don't want that. And that is the problem there between them. Now, Niger used to accuse Benin of keeping French. Now they are also accusing Nigeria of keeping foreign forces in order to destabilize the country. We all know which the foreign force they're talking about are. So is Nigeria keeping foreign force to destabilize Benin? That's a question mark we need to ask. Well, Nigeria is a very interesting country, you know. If Nigeria is really trying to destabilize, then that's very sad. You know, Nigeria has too many issues, and Nigerians need to stand up and fight for their right. And I know there are plenty of Nigerians watching me. You know, I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. That's the reason why many Nigerians want to leave Nigeria and go live elsewhere and all that stuff. And the problem is, you go to Dubai, they don't want Nigeria. You go to Britain, they want no Nigeria. America want no Nigeria. South Africa do not want Nigeria. Kenya also is fighting. We're just telling the truth. The truth is in the pudding. Nigerians need to fight the government. They need to come down the street. Fellas, you are hundreds of millions of people. The government cannot shoot everybody. Go in the street, they will not shoot all of you. They will shoot some of you, that's fine, but the rest of you will live in peace. Because this thing of leaving Nigeria, making videos on how you need to live in Nigeria, no, it's not a good thing. I mean, Kemi, whoever that name is, the lady from Britain, said that the police of Nigeria is crooks. They don't even protect the people. She's not supposed to be Nigerian. Anyway, so Niger accuses Nigeria of keeping foreign power in order to destabilize the country. Let me know how you feel about this story. It's a great pleasure. Nothing against Nigerians. We just want us to move forward. When Niger needed support to fight terrorism, nobody came. But now they can come together and come and fight Niger. And now Niger says, we know what you're doing. The Nigerian government said, despite the efforts to normalize relations, we regret that Nigeria has not given up on serving as a real base for the stabilization of Niger with the complicity of a foreign power and officials and a foreign regime to whom it offers refuge. This is what the Nigerian minister Bakari Yawu Sangare said. Drop a comment, fella. God bless.